All right, shalom. First and foremost, when you give our praise to our boy, how or Shem Shai, or Shem Kakash. Call her how or Shem Shai, or Shem Kakash. That's in the ancient Hebrew, saying all praise to Yahweh, in the name of Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, who the world ignorant called Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorant called Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give the honors unto elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the brothers and Modia, pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, to all that believe in this gospel. Shalom. This lesson, basically in relation to sedition, right now we have an event unfolding right now in Haiti. The people look on Haiti and say, oh, because the mobile working are them wicked and abuse, murder and violence, gang over there and so forth, make this take place. But this is just basically what's to come, on a global scale, right? And a part of this monopoly, links in the description box. In this documentary, it show you basically Esau fault ultimately, but really, when they pray from the age where they basically said 80 to feel, right? And exploit. When they put it out there, those so-called Asians are actually Levites of the nation of Israel. They are basically the Israelites, all right? So basically suffering under curses. But a part of what this, like a video, if you will, explained is that majority of the gangs, were basically funded by the politicians. Unknown, there's no currently elected official running in Haiti, so it's basically like a failed state. It's just fading away, or imploding, for lack of a better term. But in Jamaica, if you have any wisdom, go on. So a lot of these gangs in Jamaica are also funded by these politicians. And you see the fire brewing, right? Fire rises, right? People get fed up with the governments, and soon and very soon, once the Mosai see it fit, you go see the dominoes start falling, just like what take place in Sri Lanka, what take place in Venezuela, what take place in Haiti. These so-called isolated events gonna basically be more, right, violent at that, while these countries fail, right? And of this video here, we never post a link to this in the description actually, but Virginia, basically a Chahayan. You have the government of Jamaica basically work basically the whole, they call it something, the SLS, saga them up here for find out what take place with people money gone and all that crap. Brother are Chahayan, it's the
How comes me not talk about the $14 million? Where feel with dirty nasty, dirty government. I go take up and go give dirty SSL. And when you talk like this, the Christians and they don't want to hear. The moment you start to use the word dirty and think and drunk up. Come like my mother. My mother don't want me can.
Yeah, well, this man actually Chahayan, yeah. And when I pray, they comment a lot of people, ask when is the protest and so forth, yeah. And I'm gonna find people at some bunch of, them just right up in a minute. But time is gonna come when shit is gonna hit the fan the real way. Right? When there's no food out there, and, and people can't, when hens literally not meat, when people get hungry, right? Then there will be chaos in the street because scripture prophesy of it. We'll go to the book of Second Ezra 15, we start at 1, and then we skip down. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which shall put in thy mouth, said the Lord. And what are the his people referring to the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos, we're people scattered all over the earth right now. But we're supposed to speak in your ears the words of prophecy, telling you what's coming. Ultimately, the time of Jacob's trouble, which you are Jacob. A time of trouble coming such as never since as a nation. And within that, we're going to have worldwide, uproars as written of the people. All right. So let's skip down to verse, start at 12 actually. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. We have the land that spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And though America has been a great empire for a couple of years now, with the fall of America, basically, is the fall of the Edomite kingdom, ultimately, because every country, in the midst is really tied to America. So America feeling these worlds, these other states and these other corporations gonna fail. And there's a saying, if America sneeze, Jamaica catch cold. So we're so tied to the economy of America, right? It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall feel through the blasting hail, and with a fearful consolation. So the most actually, well, you have the art program, you have the flooding, all of that, you know. But just to put it out, just to sum it up, there will be events taking place, world events in East Agreement on climate change, where farming, will really work out for a lot of people, right? It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh. Now, just earlier today, actually, the brother, oh, sorry. Earlier today, the brother Marcola Ella, was going into how the shortage of food, basically brewing and them they really put it on mainstream media. And they said, look at your own research. Like, for example, I think it was India, when the main exporter of rice basically banned that. You see how them not export no more. You have places where do a lot of production is basically flooding out. Like, for example, down in Brazil, you have Russia come out and say, yeah, what go on now, you know. Um, Ukraine is a main exporter of, I forgot the specific item. I'm saying going to block the port, because a war going over there. They were basically being very lenient. And when World War III even increased more, these ports will be locked down, you know, right? Because again, war. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And in this modern era, we have all manner of weapon of destruction. Meaning the gun. People going in the streets here with them gun and weapons. For there shall be sedition among men. Right, so people going to start speak out against these elected officials, showing that them a bunch of sellouts. Because for these climate change measures that's basically being implemented worldwide, it's not for the people. It's only oppressing them more and more. Just the idea I come across a video to the woman, basically stating about Justin Trudeau, say you know help the country not at all. Right, the Canadians over there suffering while all them are these take basically in MIA, well for vacations and so forth. People is getting frustrated and very soon, pressure will bust the pipe. And there's another lockdown coming, right? There are talks of another lockdown, put it that way. A lot of the modern, the small businesses were basically some crash already, some are hold on a thin line with this new lockdown, which seems like it's going to be worse. If they really push it, it's going to cause a lot of business to fail. So you're going to basically have the middle class wiped out. People know how to sit down and take that shit just so. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. So man will do him of the strength to do. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because of the lockdowns, we see a peace side during 2020, 21, 2022. And I'm talk about even climate lockdowns. All hell. The scripture says, woe to the world and them that dwell there and think a joke. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So man, the scripture was going and said, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. So all these politicians, and elected officials, they all cry. Scripture say what? When them say, let me see if we can get that real quick. Because a lot of these even people going right when they rise up against them government, and they're like, where the free to run go. I think so. Yeah, Luke 21, verse 25 says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts feel in them for fear, heart attack, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. There's these elected officials, yeah, then going, going to lose it. Because what them going to see, things that get out and if deletes them, because them plan this shit, But they're just saying, man, I plan get a wipe out. Right? This going to get out and even deletes them, because the most side have deletes them in a female, a play as a puppet on a string. Right? So even them going to be basically shaking up definitely when them see those chariots, but them know it's for their destruction. So going back to 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So man, basically when the food shortage hit, people just have to lose it, kind of, but now going to stay just like what takes place right now. Now, Nevada, the desert, the Burning Man, whatever them call the event, there's a whole part of 2 day rainfall, them say, and people stuck out there and them start basically, rob people food, well, supplies. And about now, just sit down and dead for hungry. So more right now, in Haiti, seeing that one of the leaders, you must say, oh, certain place the gas can come, the power can come, right? And I was thinking about if there's no elected officials running Haiti, one for the business and so forth, the country, import goods, for distribute. Just a matter of time before supplies run out, and this is going to take place on a global level. It's not only Haiti going to suffer. This is 2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken a great number. So there's going to be a mass kill off. The scripture said, many that be upon the earth shall dwell by famine, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall burn of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. Why? Because when society collapses, there is no police force active, there's no military force active. That a Virginia, this person, this individual, I'm remind him, they must say, oh, this man was an ex-police officer, and then I run off a gang. And them kind of try to demonize him, which I'm not going to justify him either, but hey, I'm not that sure. Governments, politicians, a bunch of sellouts, and call this man a gang, but there's going to be a lot of military members and police members, and, who will basically start Mars off certain place or Black House certain place themselves and run it. That says, Mr. Man shall, and the course of the action shall stand in their paw. That's what's coming. Running off turfs. Because we're going to lock them up. I am the law. It's a joke. It says, verse 3, it says, and the land that thou seest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly. But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day, and blood shall drop out of wood, and the stone shall give his voice, and the people shall be troubled, and even and even he shall rule whom they know not, for that dwell upon the earth, and the fowl shall take their flight away together, and the Sodomite sea shall cast out fish, and make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. And a good thing to actually see these events taking place right now. If you watch like a YouTube channel named Jason, name, share these things. Strange events taking place throughout the earth. It says there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, and salt water shall be found in sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself unto his secret chamber. Right? Because what the Most High going to remove his prophets from off the scene, yeah? So, like me right now doing this live stream, time to come in, it's not be no more. Because these be the days of vengeance, which I was quoting 70 AD. And but there's another time coming, the time of Jacob's trouble. You make 70 AD going to look like a walk in the park. That's what's coming, eh? This is Matthew, talk about it. It's part of it dealing with 70 AD, but time dealing with the time that's coming. So this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming? And the end of the world, and the word referring to what? The age of Esau, so-called white race. Because written, Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed, because we, the Israelites, going to take the kingdom, as written, the saints shall take the kingdom and possess it forever. That's what the kingdom of heaven is all about. But the Hawashai, oh Lord, come to rip this rulership of the so-called white race and all these nations, fling them and put in a slavery. We're going to be joint heirs with them. So that's what the apostles were looking for. But then, as them say, is it now that thou shall restore the kingdom to heaven? The kingdom of heaven to Israel? No, you feel no time on now. You say, but we ain't in that time now. So see all these events taking place. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall receive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. What's that taking place right now? Okay, right now you have Russia when they're running upon Ukraine, and a big bad bully America been terrorizing the earth. But even this going to trigger what? World War III. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and he shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, so be persecuted. Yeah. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall eat one another, and many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So because of the hard time, a lot of people just not going to be merciful anymore. They'll be compassionate. They're going to see what we call peace nature in the people. Right? When this is society collapse, yeah? When no food, no dear, the famine, we skip yourself man are going to basically yam. Other man, you're going to be cannibalism. Oh dear. You know, so when we see these things taking place here, as written, when you see these things, look up for redemption joy nigh. So don't look on yet and so, you know, I just hated that. Oh, those resident Venezuela, that oh, those Sri Lanka, that if you don't see, it's actually taking its time building up until it start hit. Well, France been, uproars. I think there was uproars in Berlin the other day too. London, and there's uproars in America at times, but it's going to be more severe, especially with these so-called lockdowns coming, you know. right? Well, there's planned lockdowns coming in, but when the food shortage hit, as you were saying, right, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So the sedition, see it growing, right? Part of prophecy is written, all these things shall come to pass, right? But when we go back to this precept here, in Matthew 24, verse 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, same shall be saved. So the idea is to endure everything here. You see the Lord returning, those chariots, laws, and levels, laws will be a part of the like, so just want to do a quick comments on that, with this video, better sharing all, and telling me basically what going on over there in Haiti, and then seeing this video as well with a brother actually iron. And I will see these things happening more and more and more and more. Right? People get fed up with the government cause what? Sedition. The spirit of sedition is out there. Right? So with that, giving our praise to Poya Hobo Shimon Shai Bo Shim Kakadash. The one is unto our elders and apostles of great millstone. And shalom to full Shalom.